Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Monday, April 6, 2009 edition of Size Eyes in the Skies. Today here in Ames, we saw temperatures that were nearly 20 degrees below normal, which made for a pretty rocky start to the week. Also on tonight's broadcast, we're going to be talking about the winter storm that brought 6 inches of snow to the Ames area yesterday. Size Eyes in the Sky starts right now.
It's Monday night on ISU TV. Broadcasting live from Ames, Iowa, this is Size Eyes on the Skies. ISU TV's longest running television show brings you the weather around the country, in Iowa, Ames, and beyond. The Iowa State Meteorology Department's team of forecasters keeps you ahead of the next weather system. Size Eyes on the Skies starts now.
And welcome back, and I'm being joined by Ryan Alliss. And Ryan, like we said at the top of the broadcast, how about those temperatures being nearly 20 degrees below average for today?
It's sad. It's April, and we're seeing temperatures below freezing again. I had told myself I don't think any more snowstorms are going to come through. That forecast definitely busted.
Yeah, and you know, it's like we talked about on the show before. Iowa is really unpredictable at this time of the year, you know, and you know, it's not uncommon to see snow in April, and I guess the Sunday storm kind of took us by surprise a little bit, I'd say. Yeah, because I mean they had blizzard warnings up to the northwest, and you know we weren't going to see anything really, and then all of a sudden, you know, they missed out on it. And we took the brunt of it. So.
Yeah, Ames definitely got the surprise. We actually kind of were around the bullseye of where the high snow amounts went. North of here, they were around maybe 3 or 4 inches, which we'll show later with this graphic that I made. But yeah, it was unfortunate. Ames, we just got the brunt of it, and the really wet snow, not the powdery snow we're used to in the winter.
Yeah, actually, a professor of mine told me today that, you know, normally it's 10 inches of snow per inch of water accumulate. And actually, yesterday's snow apparently was about 7 instead of 10 because it was wet. You walked outside and it was, you know, like this much snow and there was more water underneath it. So.
You know what's great is that we're already making snowballs with this, so that means good news. It's going to be going away. And I, again, will show you that temperatures are going to be increasing and we're going to have that snow melt quick. So it's not going to be here for long. That's the good news.
Yeah, if there's any positivity to this, it's that it'll be gone very soon. So that's always good. So, you know.
And also, it looks like we might actually have some warmer temperatures coming through, which we'll talk about later.
All right. Well, thank you very much. We'll send it over to Nick Krauel. Nick, please tell me that there is no more snow coming. Please.
From what I've seen so far in the forecast, there is no more snow coming up. But you always get that one last snowfall in there. So, I mean, it's either now or later. So I'm glad to have it out of the way. But yeah, if we can take a look at the day planner, we'll kind of get a feel for what's coming up in the next couple of days. 9 p.m. you can see the temperatures are going to hover just below freezing. Kind of overnight, it's the same story, just right down there. But then tomorrow's looking up, we're getting into the mid 40s. And that's going to allow for a lot of that snow to melt off, which I'm glad to see some disappear today. But yeah, it was a nice day for some snow melt, though.
And I'm sure some people, believe it or not, have enjoyed the snow. I mean, they probably wanted one last blast of winter, so I guess, you know, good for those people who wanted that. So.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And for now, we're going to send it to a commercial break. So we'll put the almanac up, and we'll be back after these messages. We're now going to send it to the wall with Ryan Alliss with your weather news segment.
All right, thank you, Tyler. Roney, let's go ahead and talk about some of the news around the country. It's actually pretty active today. We do have that snowfall around, but there is more news. And if you heard anything about some of the global news, we actually did have an earthquake, and it's going to disappear. But there was an earthquake that happened over in Italy. It was just the epicenter was only about 20 miles northeast of Rome. So there's been some pretty big damage there. I believe the magnitude on the Richter scale is about 6.3. So definitely some heavy damage. And here, what I am showing here. Around here, the big news obviously was the snowfall yesterday. And here are some of the snow totals. Here, this darker blue is about 3 to 5 inches locally, maybe up to 6 like we saw here in Ames. And this lighter blue down here is about 1 to 3. So as you see, Ames was in the bullseye, like I said. A lot of snow around April, unusual times. Up here, though, what I have is said forecast highs. Now, this is the good news about all this, is tomorrow you see temperatures up in the upper 40s, so therefore you can expect a good melting of the snow, and this should not last too long. We'll probably expect tomorrow it's probably all going to go away, so that's some good news. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather hotspot. And as you know, today is baseball opening day, and unfortunately, it's wet over there on the northeast. This area of low pressure off to the northeast is bringing heavy amounts of rain, which I'll show you here in a little bit. But unfortunately, up here in Boston, Massachusetts, the Red Sox were playing, and their first day, they already had a canceled game date. They're going to have to reschedule that because of the rain. And unfortunately, areas up here, as you see here, some snow. Cincinnati as well, with the Cincinnati Reds, experienced this bad weather. Their game was not delayed or canceled, but it was not good playing conditions. And if we can go to radar right now, we'll take a look at the rain. And here's Boston, Massachusetts right here, and as you can see, there was a ton of rain that came through here. This is the reason why the game was canceled, and as you can see, this is moving off into the Atlantic, so that is some good news. Now let's go back to our graphics machine, and we'll take a look at the extended forecast for Boston, Massachusetts. And unfortunately, as this wonderful graphic here says, it is continuing to be wet. It's going to continue, and as you can see here, Tuesday and Wednesday, rain, temperatures in the upper 50s or the mid-lower 50s. Break on Thursday, temperatures will increase with the more sunshine out, and unfortunately, back Friday and Saturday, we will see some more rainfall. Low temperatures will be above freezing, which is good news. Now I want to go ahead and send it back to Mr. Awesome Tyler Roney.
Thank you very much for that update, Ryan Alliss. And now we're going to send it to tonight's trivia question, here it is. Here we go. Tonight's question is, which of the following celebrities was not, I repeat, not a TV weathercaster at some point in their career? Your choices are A, Steve Martin. Well, you know what? We'll just wait till later. Why don't we send it to the National Okay, never mind. Why don't we just talk about the fact that hopefully, we'll find out later tonight, that the snow is done. I mean, like we said, some people enjoy the snow, but I think now that it's April, I'm pretty sure that it's time for the snow to be done. So obviously, I'm very happy that it's melting off quite fast now. But we'll wait till later with Nick Krauel's segment to talk about the snow here in Iowa. But for now, we're ready to go. Let's send it to the wall with National Weather with Rachael Witter.
All right, thanks a lot, Tyler. And as you may have noticed, a lot has been going on around the entire nation today. And this is that low pressure system that we saw that brought us a lot of snow, 6 inches of snow here in Ames. And this is bringing a lot of rain all the way down the East Coast, and some snow behind that. And Ohio, parts of Indiana, and even Illinois are seeing not as much snow as we saw, but definitely more snow than what you would want for April. And this is bringing a lot of showers, especially into Boston, which is affecting the Boston Red Sox. So all you Boston Red Sox fans, sorry to hear that, but this will push out of here eventually, and you'll see that opening day. And we'll take a look at our temperatures, and as you can see, we have 45 degrees here in Boston, and it's still raining there, and 51 degrees in New York, and 60 down in Washington, D.C., where they haven't seen that cold front push through yet, but their temperatures will go down as well. And we're going to go down or into the Midwest, and as you can see, we're seeing a lot of sunshine now. As soon as that low pressure moved out, this big high pressure system moved in, and we're going to see sun for the next few days, which is just great. And this little baseball right here, this will make Mr. Andy Mayer happy, as the Twins are playing tonight, as it is baseball opening day, and the Twins aren't affected by the weather at all, so that is just great for those Minnesota Twins fans, which is awesome. And we'll take a look at our temperatures, and as you can see, a little bit on the chilly side. 37 degrees in Kansas City and 44 degrees up in Minneapolis, and this is due to that low pressure system that moved through, brought us some snow, and that snow's still on the ground, but these temperatures are above freezing, so that'll get the snow to melt off pretty quickly. And we're going to go down to the south, and they're seeing the effects of that low pressure system too, but as you can see over here in Florida, it is warm. It is warm. And in Texas, it is below normal. As you can see, they're seeing temperatures around 60 degrees or so, and we'll take a look at that right now. Dallas at 60 degrees and Oklahoma City at 51 degrees, so a lot cooler than what is normal for right now. And that's going to continue to stick around a few more days, but warm in Orlando at 75 degrees, which is great if you want to go to Disney World. And we're going to take a look at the northwest section of the country, and not a whole lot going on. There's this cold front that's going to move through and lower their temperatures a little bit. Not a whole lot going on with that, but this right here, this is a grill. Great weather for grilling down there in San Diego, areas like that. They're seeing very warm temperatures and absolutely great weather. And we'll take a look at our temperatures, and as you can see up in Montana, Billings 60 degrees, and down in Las Vegas 73 degrees, and down in Los Angeles 73 degrees as well. So there's that great grilling weather, so get out and grill if you're down in California. And we're going to look at our next red radar, and as you can see, this is that low pressure system that moved through and we saw, and the whole rest of the country, especially the eastern seaboard, they're seeing tons of rain right here, just absolutely tons, and that'll push through, and not a bad situation, but not great for baseball opening day, definitely. And our forecast jet stream, this trough right here, that's what's giving us those really cold temperatures that no one likes to see in April, but not to worry, that'll push through a little bit, but this whole eastern side of the country, they're going to see low temperatures as well. So we saw them, the east is going to see them, and that'll kick through a little bit, but those cold temperatures will stick around just a little bit. And they're not going to warm up too much, but as you can see, this big ridge, that's giving California that great grilling weather, so that's just great for them. And our forecast service map, high pressure right here, and there's that low pressure system that we saw, and there's that rain all the way down the east coast, and that'll kick right out here. It'll stay up a little bit into Massachusetts, which is home to Boston, and that high pressure, we're going to see that, and we're not going to see any rain for a while, which is great news for us. There's a low pressure system up here. We'll keep an eye on that. That might not affect us, and there's that low pressure system off the west coast, which may bring us some interesting weather into Easter weekend. So if you're heading home, might be a little rainy, but we're not going to see any more snow, which is just great. And we'll look at our 6 to 10 day temperatures, and surprisingly, this whole region is above average, and that whole California southwest region, they're all below average, and as you can see, Texas, which I said before, they are definitely below average too. And here's our 6 to 10 day precip, and this is all due to that low pressure system that brought us rain and snow. That's just that wet mess that we saw, and the only really area that's below average is this New Mexico and a little bit of Texas and up in the very eastern coast into Maine. And we're going to send it back to the desk.
And for now, we're going to send it to a break, so stay tuned after these messages. And well, we're going to take a look at tonight's trivia question and answer one more time. Now, obviously, the answers kind of got, it was fast forwarded. So why don't we let Ryan Alliss, our esteemed trivia man, guess the answer. You have, which of the following celebrities was not a TV weathercaster at some point in their career? And there you go. Steve Martin, Jane Pauley, David Letterman, or Pat Sajak. Ryan Alliss, what would be your guess?
Oh boy. Game show host, you act like a game show host, Tyler, so I'm going to say Pat Sajak was one. David Letterman, I don't know about him. He doesn't put on a good act. He's good at impromptu stuff, so maybe. Steve Martin, he's more of an actor. Meteorologists more actors? I don't know. And I don't know who Jane Pauley is. For that fact, I'm just going to guess that because I have no idea. So
is that your final answer?
It is my final answer.
All right, well, let's reveal it. Well, it was actually Steve Martin. Well, you didn't lose any money. You're going to go home happy. But now we're going to send it to the wall with Nick Krauel for the Iowa forecast.
All right, thank you, Tyler. And our forecast today is pretty much dominated by what we saw this weekend. What we're going to talk about is that snowpack that we have on the ground and then how that's going to affect the rest of the week. Our current conditions are 38. We got dew point at 25, humidity 60%, pretty nice, but the humidity is pretty high because of all that snow and wetness we have on the ground currently. As we take a look at temperatures across the nation, or across the state, you can see you got high 40s down south, 39 up top. Atlantic sitting at 41. It seems to always be the hottest town in the whole state. As we go to high, I think we're going to low temperatures this morning. You can see 40s in Des Moines, Ottumwa 39, 43, 44 all across over here in the east, and about the same temperatures all throughout. This will be low temperatures this morning. You can see Des Moines getting down to 27, Council Bluffs down to 25. All the cool temperatures seem to be pooled over here in the west where there's that heavier snowpack in this area. If we go to high temperatures, we can see 44 in Dubuque, 45 even in Davenport, getting up pretty nice over there in the east where they didn't get as much snow as we did over here. 37, 30s over in the southwest. And if we go to the current surface map, you can see that all temperatures throughout the whole state are below normal. We got the clouds sitting down here south of us. We got the sun up to the northeast where the cloud isn't covering us. This forecast surface map, currently it's windy, but as we put this into motion, you'll see this wind's kind of dying down and this warmer temperature is being brought up from the south. This is over tonight and tomorrow, and then the warm temperatures kind of sit through, kind of being brought up over here through this the wind, and then you can see the warm is going to kind of be dropped down, and then we got some more breezy and cooler temperatures coming up. But see, this is the cloud cover I was talking about earlier. Pretty much all centered over here in the Quad Cities off to the east coast, in the east of the state. It's pretty clear over to the west now, but primarily all the clouds we saw today has been pushed over. As we look at this moves through on Tuesday, you can see it clears off pretty well, and then it stays pretty clear throughout the rest of the week. And we have a little bit of cloud cover that comes through, but these are forecast temperatures for Monday and yesterday. You can see 40s down south, 30s, mid-30s up north, and that's going to stay pretty nice. You can see overnight, cooler temperatures are going to come through, about 20s and 30s, with some warmer temperatures down over to the east. As we put this into motion, you can see tomorrow we got the nicer 50s and the 40s up north, but temperatures are going to be pretty nice, allowing a lot of that snow to melt off. And then overnight, temperatures still staying mostly above freezing, so that's also going to help a lot with all the snow melt. As we move to tonight, 21, partly cloudy, northwest winds 10 to 20. That's pretty good weather. It's going to be a little cloudy, but not bad whatsoever. Tomorrow, 45, that's going to help a lot of that snow melt. We got some northwest winds 10 to 15. Those are going to be pretty nice and warm. And as we move to the rest of the week, you can see Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all nice temperatures, all above freezing. You can see even our low temperatures are going to be above freezing, which is going to allow tons of snow melt, tons of sun, a little bit of rain on Thursday, but all in all, not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it looks like a major improvement as the week continues. I mean, every day the temperature just keeps getting higher and higher. I mean, except for Wednesday. But, at least it's finally starting to get nicer, right around average this time.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Saturday, I can't wait. 57, that's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I know, especially after this week. I mean, especially yesterday in the snow. I mean, I'm ready for it to be back to normal. I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And we had to have good driving conditions for Easter weekend. No more of the snow. I-35 did close for a little bit north of Ames, which was really unfortunate. So hopefully, according to our forecast, things are going to stay good and clean from the roads.
Yeah, because plows were actually in the ditch and semis were in the ditch. And, I mean, it was really rough weather yesterday for the roads out there. So, I mean, hopefully no one had to go traveling yesterday. Ooh, look at that. Would you look at that?
This appears to be in front of the library, it looks like. Yeah, and what you can see here is all that snow that used to be a lot thicker is really thinned out. In some places you can see on the grass. Right there under the tree you can see where a lot of that snow has already melted off and pretty much been gone.
And bunny trails.
Yeah, the bunny trails, the random walkers, like you cut through the grass. I mean, it's not too bad out.
Yeah, but like we were talking about, at least it should be melting very quickly. That's what's good. So, I mean, if anything, that's good.
Yeah, at least it isn't sticking around. I mean, it is April, and I don't mind the snow. It's a nice little interesting thing to throw in there, but a lot of people are just really, really not happy about the snow, and it's good that it's not going to stick around because then everyone will be a little bit happier.
I think maybe we have to pull out our grills this weekend.
Maybe a little bit.
Hamburgers and brats, hot dogs.
All of the above. Well, our floor director, Matt Hoffman's doing the helicopter, so that means we need to go. For Nick Krauel, for Rachael Witter, for Ryan Alliss, I am Tyler Roney. Ames, please stay classy.